The team has secured the reports from the Avalon Catalina Sheriff's Station. It says there are two probable locations for Noah's plane, Empire Landing and Ripper's Cove. Both locations are approximately 8 miles from Avalon and are on the Los Angeles side of the island. The team is heading to the first location, Empire Landing, where the water's depth reaches 60 feet.
How much more do we have to go?
Another 40 feet.
Another 40 feet?
The team is lowering a side-scan sonar device that will be towed behind the boat. Side-scan sonar bounces radio waves off the bottom of the channel and sends a signal back up to a computer on board that converts the soundings into a picture. Joining the team are the sonar operators from Aqua Survey.
What would a target look like? What should I be looking for on this screen?
High reflectivity, metal.
So anything that's too straight, anything that looks joined, anything that's not curved, doesn't look eroded.
Right. As they say, it's sort of like pornography. You can't describe it, but you
know it when you see it.
The team arrives at Empire Landing.
Now, are we in the area right now, in the target area?
Yeah, as we're coming up on it.
The Aqua Survey team begins their sweep and will scan along parallel search lines called transits. Each transit takes approximately 30 minutes to cover. According to the Avalon Sheriff's report, the plane should be along one of these transits.
So what's that?
Garrett, are we close to the site?
We're close. You should definitely start looking.
Yeah, we've just gone through a debris field there.
Right, but he says that debris field is bull kelp.
What showed up on sonar is actually bull kelp, a fast-growing type of seaweed common on the Pacific coast. The density of the kelp has given a false reading on the sonar.
Do we think it's a plane?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, it didn't look like a plane to me.
That's a negative.
The team has confirmed that the wreckage is not at this site. It heads to the second possible location, Ripper's Cove, 4.5 miles to the east.
I feel the urgency to follow this route 4.5 miles east of the isthmus, and I'm sure we're going to hit that plane between here and that peak. I want that plane.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Uh-oh. Now look at the signal strength return here. Now that's high.
That's a tail of an airplane. Right there. That's it. Look at that. That's a 15-foot wing, 30-foot wingspan. Look at the tail. Look at the tail. I think we got a tail and a wing. See it? We got a tail and a wing.
Could this be it, Noah? Pat, come over here. Take a look at this. Passing over a debris field.
No way. What do you got? Take a look.
Does that look like a wing and a tail? Fuselage and a tail to you?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Dave? Yeah? Like we're over some kind of debris field. I think it's time to put some divers in the water.
Sounds good. Let's get them in.
Okay.
Jake, we've got 70 foot of water underneath the boat. Head due north. U pattern. Don't go below 100 foot.
Okay, Jake, if you find the wreck, I want you to look to see first if the windshield is intact. I want you to look inside the cockpit if that's intact. If the cockpit's intact, look to see if the seat belts, either one, are still hooked up.
After the crash, Noah claims he was removed from the plane by an unknown entity, possibly the same entity that brought the plane down. Noah was rescued outside of the plane. The only way out would have been through the windshield. If the seatbelt and windshield are intact, it would support Noah's story of what happened.
Noah, to give him the tail number?
That's 81 Mike.
81 Mike. Good luck. Bring her up for us.
Has the team found the wreckage of Noah's plane?
I found our target.
Could this plane wreck show proof of contact with the unidentified submerged object? In January 1980, an unidentified submerged object shoots a beam of light at pilot Noah Felice's plane, causing it to crash into the Santa Catalina Channel. The team is now searching for the downed plane. If they find this wreckage and the windshield is intact, they may have evidence of USO contact.
Jake, any luck?
I know what that plane was from. A small boat.
What?
Small boat.
Well, at first I thought it was a plane, and I was like, oh man, here it is. I start like moving around, looking at it. I go to the back and I see this very familiar shape. It's an outboard motor.
Outside of Felice's testimony, two other credible sources continue to list this area as the crash location: Catalina Baywatch and the Avalon Sheriff's Station. But now, the mystery has deepened. The aircraft is not here.
Jake's come out of the water and he's done a lot of diving. He found a lot of targets down there, but didn't find Noah Felice's plane. Where is it? We're going to send Jeff and Ted to the lab. They're going to analyze the currents, the slope, the tides, the winds. They're going to find out what might have happened to Noah's plane. This is a mystery, but maybe in the lab we can figure out what happened to all that wreckage of Noah Felice's plane.
Since 1980, the plane could have drifted from its original position.
Hey John, Jeff.
Hey.
Jeff and I are here in Tyndall's lab, and we're going to recalculate the position, see if we can uncover any additional information that would help us get a better estimate of the location of the aircraft.
Science producer John Tyndall will demonstrate the forces at work below the surface of the water and what effect that might have had on Noah's plane over the past 27 years.
The Bernoulli effect basically says that fluid in motion has less pressure than static fluids. If you look at these two cards right here, we can actually pull them together by speeding up the liquid between them, or the fluid, in this case air, and we'll pull them right together. We see this all the time with airplane wings. The air moving over the top of the wing is moving faster than the air under the wing, creates a low pressure zone, you get lift. What we think might have happened to this wreck under the water is that as you have the wreck sitting there, and as the water currents are going over this, it's lifting it slightly, and if it's on an incline, it could be lifting and sliding down and lifting and sliding down and pumping itself deeper and deeper and deeper.
Let's see if we can prove that the aircraft fuselage has been agitated by a Bernoulli effect. If you look at the topography of the location just offshore there on Catalina Island, you have a very steep cliff face coming down to the waterline, and then actually it continues at a very steep slope down into the depths. And if the aircraft landed up close to the shoreline, and we believe that it landed in 40 to 50 feet of water, that it settled onto the bottom at a steep slope angle, which could lead to it sliding, moving over 30 years downslope and down into the depths.
So I'm going to start the current flow. It's going to be a little loud, but we'll just have to talk over that.
Yeah, and you see how it's actually digging out underneath the front side of the object and building up material on the back side.
Right there.
Settling down.
As water rushes toward the sample, the ocean floor would be pushed away, allowing gravity to pull the object further down